Welcome back to another episode of Sanders Aquatics. Tonight, unfortunately, we don't have Bentley with us. He is being a teenager and enjoying life. Good for him. He's playing video games and staring at the TV, but makes him happy. But got my amazing wife here with us. She's here behind the camera. She's not going to show herself. Say hi, Alicia. Yeah, there she is. So we got a couple of breeding projects that we set up here. We told you guys that our next one was probably going to be our bleeding hearts, but we are not going to do our bleeding hearts. Unfortunately, I've got one little guy in here that has gotten sick on me again. I got the same fungal stuff that I keep fighting. Got one guy in here, and I refuse to breed any kind of sick fish or anything that's got anything going on. Breeding is tough on fish. Tank's a little bit discolored right now. I got a lot of medicine going in here trying to get these guys back to health here. But these here black skirts, these guys are just, they're getting prettier and prettier. I'm not a huge black skirt fan, but the long fins on these guys, look at these guys. They're just getting stunning. But we're going to get on to a couple breeding projects we got going on. If y'all know anything about me, I work a whole lot. And I do everything I can to go through and breed and try to put as minimal effort into it, let the fish kind of do what they're doing. So I set up 2 breeding projects with a couple of fish that I have here. And I'll give you a little background on these guys here. We went through them. I've been looking for both of these fish for a very long time, and I found them high quality at one of our local pet stores, and I got them. I got them here so I can breed them and teach you guys how to breed them. I've never bred either one of them, so I'm kind of learning as I'm going. I could have been a lot more effective, I think, with these, and honestly, I think I got 2 busts here, but I've got my Celestial Pearl Danios that I've got here in these tanks. They were a little bit smaller than what I wanted. They finally are starting to show some color in, or some real good coloration into them. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and start trying to breed these guys. The tank right next to them, I've got my featherfin rainbows that I bought in here. I've bred a lot of rainbows. I've never bred featherfins. I think they're a little bit different than the regular rainbows, but I tried the regular method to go through and try to breed these guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to show you the ways I've tried to breed each one of these guys. Celestial Pearl Danios are supposed to be really easy to breed. Never tried to breed these guys, but from what I've read and I understand, basically set them a small area. It's got a whole lot of plant and bushy plants and stuff that are in place, and they're going to drop their eggs in there, and you got to get their eggs out of there before they get access to them. I was looking at what I set up here last night and what I have going on, and I think they have too much access to their eggs. So if you look at what I got set up here, these amazing little guys here, I put a whole bunch of hornwort and I put a little rock down in the middle of it to go through. And the way these guys breed, they're going to go through and they're going to drop their eggs down in all of these bushy plants. And you need to get them out so they can't get access to them. But I don't think it's deep enough or long enough to be able to go through and do it. I tried pretty simple, basic, easy thing. We're going to go through and pull this top out here tonight. We're going to see if it actually worked. I don't think it did, but we're going to find out together. It's kind of cool, isn't it? I got another plan I'm going to go through and try to breed these guys, but I'm not quite there yet. So we're going to basically pull this little top out here. I'm going to see if we got ourselves any eggs in here. I'm hoping we did. I'm hoping it's not a complete bust, and we're going to go through. But I think I did not have any luck. Oh, what in the world that is? Wow. All right, so we're going to pull that off to the side there for a second. We're going to let it settle down. Sure, we don't have any eggs sitting down in here. I would normally use my flashlight right here, but my amazing wife had dropped it in a fish tank earlier, and I got to get me another one. But I don't see any eggs sitting down in here. So we're going to put this back down in here, and we're going to probably make this a little bit more bushy than what we've been doing. We're going to let that settle for a second, and we're going to step right over here to the next tank. Actually, we ain't got to step nowhere because it's really close. We're going to put that back down in there. Hopefully, we'll maybe have some luck. We'll try it for a few days and see what happens. This is our first night of trying this. I have no idea if it's actually going to work. So this here, we tried our normal way of going through and breeding rainbows. Normal way of spawning them up always seems to work. But on these feather fins, from what I've read, I think they need more of a setup, kind of like what the Pearl Danios has, where they have something down on the bottom of the tank and they can go through and do this. But I've also read that folks were able to go through and breed these guys this way. So we're going to check our spawn up and see if we have any eggs in here. Like I said, I think we have a double bust here, but there's a couple different ways I've gone through and tried to breed these guys, and hopefully it makes life easy. I do this with my Pracox rainbows, and I get eggs on a nightly basis. And these guys I have gotten nothing out of. Nothing. Absolutely a complete bust. If you want to see what rainbow eggs look like, go back and watch one of our rainbow breeding videos because they're successful. This obviously was not. I'm going to put it back in there. We'll try it for another night or two and see if we have any luck. We have zero luck there. So let's come back over here to our spot where we try to breed our Celestial Pearl Danios. And we have nothing in there either. So if you want to figure out how to fail on breeding these two fish, get you a little area right there and don't put enough bushy plants in there and don't put a big enough area to go through and collect the eggs. This probably needs to be deeper. I need a lot more bushy plants to go in there and let them drop the eggs so they have zero access to it. That's a fail. Don't do it that way. This over here, obviously, this was a fail as well. So we're going to go through and we're going to try a different way to go through and do this. I told you guys a long time ago, anybody that's been watching our channel for a long time, I'm going to show you the good and the bad. This, unfortunately, is one of the bad. Two of the species I've been wanting to get, I've been wanting to breed. I went through, I set up some easy, lazy man way to go through and breed these fish. No luck. So we're going to keep at it. I'm going to go through. We're going to try a couple more tricks. These guys are supposed to be pretty easy. I think I just don't have enough plants. I don't think I have a deep enough container to go through and keep the eggs in. I'm pretty sure they ate them all. But just keeping things honest and keeping things real. This is things that we did that didn't work. We're going to show you what works, what doesn't work, how it does, and if you guys have suggestions, things we can go through and try, I'll be glad to do whatever within reason to go through and try to get these guys to breed and teach the world how to breed them. I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this just as much as I am myself. I do a lot of reading, a lot of trying to understand, but I also work a bazillion hours too. So trying to do that, have that balance at the same time. I have my amazing wife who's been stepping in. She's actually been cleaning all of these tanks over here. She's been doing it on a regular basis, saving me a whole lot of time. I come home and actually don't have as much work to do to go through and maintain these tanks. But we'll go through, we'll try a couple different tricks on these guys to go through and get them to breed out. Once we get it to be successful, we'll create another video, get our bleeding hearts to where they're good and healthy, and we'll teach you guys how to breed these. That's supposed to be a challenge too. We'll see what happens from there. But this is a double whammy for the old school folks like myself that know what a double whammy means. It's not a good thing. But this is two ways not to breed the Celestial Pearl Danio and the Featherfin Rainbow. This is just not how you're going to do it. So we appreciate you guys watching our wins and our fails. Thanks again for watching Sanders Aquatics. Like and subscribe.